This week on the Div, 12 Ressies, game day vlogs.
I'm going to go to the next contest. Am I going to go to the next contest? And that's what today's motivation is all about. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Welcome back to the Div 12 Ressies Game Day Vlogs. If you're new to the channel and you don't want to miss out on an episode, subscribe to the YouTube channel down below. And if you don't want to miss a beat across the weekend, follow the Div 12 Ressies on Instagram. This week, we're playing Monash at Monash, and the lads were really excited because in terms of the ladder, Monash are a game behind, but equal on percentage. So it's a vital 4 points for the lads to get to start to separate ourselves from the middle of the pack in terms of the ladder position. So we had some big inclusions this week. The young King Cookson was back from illness. Chazmate was in on debut, and then Willie Taylor was back from an ankle injury.
Obviously the injury that had torn an outer ligament in my ankle and sprained 2 other ligaments, so it was supposed to be a 4 to 6 week injury, and around 5 weeks later I thought, you know what, I'm ready to strap it up and put the boots back on for the animal.
Back on the 920s, mate. Just tossed and turned. It's hard to nod off when you know you're playing in 6 hours. So Trey got 3 under his belt. I think I got 5 or 6. Cookson had a full night's sleep, which is very good for him. Really pivotal game. If they beat us, they'll jump us on the ladder. If we beat them, we get that 4-point gap. So it's an 8-point game. And not the strongest side in. I think I've said that for 3 or 4 weeks in a row. But hopefully the cattle that we've got will get the job done.
Daniel, what was the name of Dora's sidekick on Dora the Explorer again? What was it?
Boots.
Yeah, I know, but obviously. But what was the sidekick's name? That's right, anyways. No.
Wrong bit.
That's great.
Hey Dan, thanks man. Yeah, well I was a little bit sick of abusing players from the sidelines and looking like a pussy, so might as well go out on the field and just do it if I can't get a footy.
Good to be back.
2 weeks in a row, so you must have enjoyed it.
Well, I figured I'd get a dry game in, so at least today it's maybe a bit dewy, but better conditions, I hope. Yeah, well, I'm starting on the wing, so last week I felt like I did a lot of unrewarded running, and hopefully this week we'll get some reward for effort. What do you think, Lenny? What do I need to work on this week? Kicking goals, he reckons.
I feel so sick, man. That was not what I needed at 8 a.m. in the morning, but thank you, Lenny, for the burger. He bought me breakfast. I got to buy him lunch. That was the deal. I don't know, but the last time I took him to the canteen, a little shit, Allied Oval racked up like $50 worth of food and didn't eat any of it. Yeah. He's pretty good at it. He went in and said, I'll have a pie, I'll have a chicken burger, I'll have a sausage roll, I'll have a drink, I'll have one of these. I'm so sick. I'm actually going to like throw up.
I reckon you play a little bit of ruck and then go top of the goal square, play one out.
Yeah. Oh,
Look at him, look at the size of him.
I'm here.
Realistically, who's stopping him? As much as it pains me to say, like, you're not really going to get much taller blokes than me. And like, I'm only just getting there.
Well, I mean, checkers is
Put your hand up. Yeah, see, that's just grim.
There we go.
I'm actually 6 foot though, so
Okay.
don't know what height he is.
Nah, Lady is tall. For his size.
Thank you.
All good, buddy.
Whoa. Who? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Whoa. Who? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
I reckon last week showed some good signs. Are we going to build on that this week?
Probably not. No, probably not. We'll see. When I play in the wet den, everybody comes down to your level. Everybody comes down to here, and I'm a little bit lower than that, but everybody comes down to there. So everybody comes down to your level, and you really can work with it. But in the dry, it's a worry.
I'll get the sprinklers on, mate.
Yeah, please, someone please get the sprinklers on.
I just had work last night, and I've got black hair. It takes a little bit of time to bleach, and I didn't want to go to work at a pub with orange hair. But next week, I'll definitely have it. I'm going to start it on Monday, so then it's nice and platinum blonde by next Saturday.
I gave that motivation.
is childhood songs. And I just want you to go back to the records and see the duck song. The duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man, "You got a cock in your hand," and we went, "Okay, quack, well quack, that's not." But he's about grapes. And every day, the duck got denied. Over and over. But you know what he did? He accepted it, he waddled away, and he came back the next day. And eventually he got those fucking grapes. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to lose a contest here and there. But we're going to waddle away, we're going to go to the next contest, and we're going to go to the next contest. And that's what today's motivation is all about.
I did get kicked in the back last time he played here, but it wasn't that guy. That guy's good, he's good. He said he'd been at the Dreamtime game and had maybe a couple too many cordials. There's a bloke who just pulled in the car park for him and he's texted the coach at 7 a.m. saying he's at Reb, so I'm excited for this game now.
My highlight's going to be kicking the first goal of the game. And then one thing I'm going to do great is kick maybe 5 goals. One thing I'm going to do badly is try to run out the game. 6 weeks on the sidelines, all my pre-season running has gone out the window, so I'm no longer fit and capable. I'm fat and slow. I'm going to be moving like a semi-trailer a little bit, so might have to rely on Dossie a little bit.
That might help you get a ground ball. Just pick it up.
Get a game, Dan. How about get off the camera?
Wasn't it last year Dan almost played for us?
I don't know, probably better than all of us.
Yeah, probably.
I don't want to put it on my Guernsey though. That's when you know it's not a real football. You ask for grippo, but you don't want to put it on your fucking Guernsey. What a fucking pussy.
Monash, big deck. We've been playing some pretty small decks lately, so this is probably as close as you get to like a VFL or a bigger deck. It's a massive deck. I mean, we played here last year and you would have found it out as well. The transitions are very different. When we play at Wattle Park, it might be 2 kicks from centre half back to full forward. Here it's 4 or 5. If you're in these 6, come up to the square and then run hard forward, all right? Lenny, you've got an important debut today in the Family Friends with Harry O'Farrell, playing for Carlton. He's chosen to miss that to come here and watch us, so...
Those of you that played here last year, you know it's a pretty good deck, so we need to play the ground well, like what we did last week in the rain.
Yeah!
Rightio, so Wattle Park is your corner. Tail, and it's a tail. Oh guys,
In the first quarter, Monash walked it out of the midfield and kicked a goal within probably 13 seconds.
Yeah, scary times when Monash take it out of the square and just blaze away with the first one. I just kept telling myself, they're kicking with the win this quarter.
If anything else, I was just really impressed by the ruck craft and the midfield craft for them to set up that goal. It was lightning quick. Twisty 3 in the first quarter was just providing so much pressure. So it's his second game of football in 20 odd years, and the amount of pressure he was putting in and around the ball carrier was inspiring. We don't have a lot of that down in the forward line, and I think he got 2 holding the balls in the first quarter, which is an absolute tone setter, not only for him, but for everyone else in the team.
I tell you what, a man who actually got votes from me this week was Twisty. It was so good to see him on the wing. I feel like we didn't utilise him well at a half forward or a forward pocket, so I was glad to see him up on the wing getting a bit more of the footy.
Pressure is good. Me and Will Taylor do not provide pressure in the forward line. It's very well known. People watch the clips, they watch the football. Pressure is very good. I preach about it every weekend that we need to chase and run hard. Do I do it? Absolutely not. I'm a hypocrite.
We've spoken glowingly about the Candyman before. He is one of Sedgie's mates who have come down to play footy for the first time. He's got a rugby background and he's learning the game on the fly, and he's becoming one of our best players. Like, he's an absolute revelation. But the Candyman went into the ruck as well, and he kicks an absolute miracle goal from the boundary line out of the ruck. We've found one here in the Candyman. He's an absolute unicorn, this bloke.
Tell you what, I think Candyman knows a little bit about AFL. I think he's done a few little fibs with his rugby background, because My word, his snag in the first was bizarre, and I have no idea how he's kicked it out of. First off, got it out of the ruck, and then found the room to kick the goal afterward.
And to follow it up, he takes another big pack mark. Accidentally takes out Lockie Port, unfortunately, who was a bit ginger after this contest. But the Candyman talked one through from 15 out because he doesn't know how to drop a Sharon.
Candyman is the man. He is seriously something else. If he had played maybe 3 more years of football, he'd probably be in the mid-season draft that's on tomorrow at the time of recording. But this guy is something else. He's different gravy.
Pump it in forward 50, lock the wall, okay? Because it's just going to spend the whole quarter in the forward 50. It's 4 kicks for them to get it out of half back, and they don't have that in them. It's not thirds footy. You don't hit 4 kicks in a row. You don't hit 4 running targets in a row. All right, so just if you're on the half back line, if you're in the midfield, if you're on the back pockets, that forward 50 wall, just make it your own, okay?
I feel sick. Like, been sick all week. Feel a bit shit now. Monash, they always do a good job of putting one, if not a couple blokes on me, and they're all aware of where I'm going, because the first time we played them, I think I kicked a little bag. So it's a good challenge. Like, I don't know, like I love staying deep and getting the cheap ones, but I can't today. So I pushed up the ground, got a couple of touches on the wing, and I'll probably continue to do that because when I'm deep, I'm getting manhandled. So it's a good challenge, and we're playing well. It's going to be an arm wrestle today, so we just got to embrace that for as long as we can, and whoever wins the arm wrestle longer will win the game.
Roaming has lined up for a set shot. He sprayed it to the right, and Jarrah took a really good mark in the pocket. He was looking for an extra kick. He looked for Willie Taylor in the pocket. Didn't quite hit the target that he was aiming for. It spilled out the back to Will Taylor. And in his return game, has slotted one from the boundary line.
If you're a small forward and you get the footy in the pocket, you are well within your rights to have a snap for goal. So I had a shot because I hadn't touched the footy at all in the first quarter, and I was just lucky that it went in.
Left footer got running towards the boundary. He's beelined towards the pocket like he was Eddie Betts. It was silly. It made no sense. Jarrah's kick was also awful. So, you know, sometimes 2 wrongs make a right.
So Jarrah, who had 14 touches in the first quarter and a half, left. He had to go to the MCG to work for Fox Footy, and you can see him wandering the boundary halfway through the game because he grabbed his bag and took off.
Jarrah just pissed off halfway through the second. He hit me up one more time, and then I think he just sort of packed his bag and he's like, all right, I'm done. So thanks, Jarrah, for getting me my third in that second turn.
No, in all seriousness, we actually had a few blokes drop out Friday night. So having Jarrah just come pull the boots on for a quarter is always good.
And when it rains, it pours. So myself and Tails are on the board here in the second quarter. And then Tails just goes ballistic. He kicks 3 in the second quarter. I kick 2.
Did not know that happened. That's actually the first time I heard that. Actually, you kicked 5 goals combined. So we'll kick 3 and you kick 2. Combined 5 goals. I wouldn't have known. I was talking to my direct opponent. I didn't touch the footy in the first half. So that's good. 5 goals in a quarter between 2 of you is very good. Operating on 3 ankles is also great.
The second term was very good for the Geelong boys. I think we kicked about 5 between us, which was unreal. Really burying Monash in the second quarter.
And the Animals have a very healthy lead at halftime.
Yeah, really pumped with that. Arm wrestle in the first quarter. Got on top of it in the second there. Willie Taylor, get busy living or get busy dying. The man was everywhere. Romy has good. Rog, really good. What a player. Cook went down back and looked like Jake Lever for a little bit there. I don't want to keep harping on about it, but I feel like I'm fading. Like, I feel like fatigued and shit. I know it's because I've been sick and I haven't run around all week. So hopefully I can get a bit of energy for the second half, but I just feel so fucking dog shit.
Well done, Willie T. Return game. defender said this is the yuckiest video I'm ever going to watch. So I said it'd be pretty good. I'll enjoy it. So good stuff. Not mad about anything. Just make sure we don't get too hungry. If you're not on the forward line, don't put yourself on the forward line. All right. If you're playing off the wings, make sure you still man up on your opponent and build the wall. All right.
Talk to me, Taylor. Are you thinking I'm the greatest footballer to ever play the great game at the moment?
Well, we're playing Division 5 third, so all I'm thinking is leading goal kicker at the end of the season wouldn't be too bad.
What's Dossie at?
I think for the league he's at 5 or something. So I've kicked for the season. I've kicked 4. But
how could it be by the end of the day?
For the league, I've kicked 3.
End of the day, 7.
Taylor. Yeah, I said 5, and game projection is 6 now, but we're going to work hard this third quarter. If I can kick 1 this third, that'll be a bonus. But all the work's done in the second quarter, so might be a backseat driver in the third.
Something bad may have happened, right? So if we go back to that quarter, I got the hands off from Hen, had a wide open shot to go and hesitated, and then I gave it off to a teammate, kicked out in the full. For the first time in my footballing life, I'm doubting myself. That's never happened before. I don't know what's happening, but something needs to be fixed, and I need to get back in the right headspace. I'm questioning my own footballing ability.
1, 2, 3, animals! In the third quarter, Rogie just shows how vital he is to have a big body in the midfield for us. He's just bumping blokes around, getting clearances, putting his body on it. He's got a high work rate, Rog, but he's got an appetite for the physical contest, which not a lot of us have down in the Div 12 Resi. So he's proved to be a real asset for us, Rog. When the going gets tough, Connor Rogers gets going.
Roger's just a bull. He's just a massive tone setter. And I love seeing him in just every second touch of every play. He's always getting the footy, always staying busy, and always just wanting to get his head over the footy. He's definitely one of my favourite players to play with.
Roger's a dog. Rog seriously has that dog in him. He runs all day. He doesn't yell at you a lot, which is really nice. Sometimes when a few of our players, Bailey McCabe, are doing well, they fill their own boots up and they think, oh, I'm going to yell at everybody else. I don't like it. But Rog is very cool, calm, collected. He plays good footy. He gets around us. He's a nice guy.
In the third quarter, Bailey McCabe kicked a goal, so now he's starting to consistently contribute on the scoreboard, Baz McCabe. A nice finish on the run. Every man and their dog got around the great man, and he's putting together a handy little season, Baz. I think he had almost 30 touches this game, and he's kicked another goal. So now that he's fit, now that he's got the rig, he's starting to put it out on the footy field as well, which is exciting. The young King Cookson laid some inspirational tackles, and he played a very handy role for us in defence this week as well. So he's very versatile, Cook. He probably more of a natural big-bodied mid, can play a little bit of half forward. He's rucked for us at times this year, but he found his spot in defence, and growing up with Cook, sometimes coaches would put him as a loose man in defence. He'd read the footy really well, he'd get a hand in when needed, and he would take marks in defence as well. So it was good to see that come off on the weekend, and a pretty good performance by the great man. Rog, Twisty, Baz linked up for this play, and we hit Chasmate up on the lead. Chasmate provided a great contest. It's good to have someone with genuine height in our team. Checkers is an awesome workhorse ruckman, but Chasmate has that extra sort of foot and a half on everyone else in the team that gives him a different look at the game. Chasmate took a mark, and then one of their blokes from Monash steamed in to put him off, was yelling at Chasmate, but encroached the 10-metre protected area.
One of the Monash blokes just finding himself a little bit too close to Chasmate, and again, I think you can hear in the footage, I just yell out to him, "You're the man, fella."
Sometimes you got to take those, but yeah, Chaz gets the goal. Love that. Chaz was on fire all weekend, but yeah, the 50 metres, the umpire, he actually called it. He said, no, mate, don't be silly. That's easily 50. And I was putting double hands up, you beauty.
As we said, Trey's been physical in the last couple of weeks, and that's the role we want him to play. But this one, he probably lowered his colours a little bit.
Doesn't this just deserve an Oscar for some of the best acting you've ever seen on the football field? The way he threw his neck back was gracious, to say the least. And the contemporary routine he performed definitely got a standing ovation from me.
There's a lot of rumours going around that, oh, maybe I ducked. Okay, maybe I did, guys. But maybe I hadn't touched the footy in the entire game of football. You just have to do what you got to do. Joel Selwood made a living out of it. Anybody bag on him, I just dropped my nuts and swung my head back really hard. I have long hair, makes it a little bit more convincing, and my headband almost came off, so that always makes it look a bit better as well. For viewers of Caden McDonald's YouTube channel, you might not know who Flight Reacts is. He's one of the all-time NBA 2K YouTubers, and he does this emote where he goes, I get up from the tackle and I'm laughing because I thought it was stupid and I should have been probably good and done holding the ball. And I look at the bench, and the opposition bench had a couple of choice words for me, and maybe hit him with a... Just let him know it was all fun and games, and I actually went over to the bloke after the game and said sorry.
Get me to bed, brother. On top. Frustrating we can't put more on. Our percentage is horrible, so to get to this position in the game where you could put a few more on and you miss, it's disappointing, but who gives a fuck? Like, we're going to get 4 points. We're playing so well. It's probably like little things we've been working on at training, like blocking, clearing out the forward line for each other, leading up at the footy. We've seen it all today. So it's funny, you work on stuff a month ago and then all of a sudden it pops up in a game. So complete performance so far, 1 quarter to go. Keep going, lads.
A few times we're at the back of the contest and we're reaching over the top, I've noticed. So they just, another 5 metres on you, just play 5. Maybe the big ground's getting in you, maybe the wind's a bit swirly, but yeah.
To start the last quarter again, and this has happened in the last 4 games we've played, we've left the door ajar for the opposition to get back in it. So Monash kicked the first 3 of the last quarter. And once again, we were scrambling a little bit and arguing. The forwards were yelling at the back line was yelling at the midfield was yelling at the bench.
I was very vocal towards Dossie when they went away and kicked a few in the 4th quarter. I thought, geez, I don't want it to slip away. I don't want to be kicking a bag in a losing team. It was good that we found our bearings towards the back end of the quarter, but it was just a little bit nervous times before then.
Yeah, do you want to know why that was? I was at fullback. But yeah, we did throw the magnets around a bit in the last quarter. It was ugly. Yeah, I think I might stay away from fullback.
Dan Thorson had a set shot. This one is to really steady the game, to get us back out to that 4-goal mark. He lines up and it falls short. I shoved a couple of defenders under the ball, crumbed it and kicked a pretty cheap goal from the goal square. But once again, that felt like a little bit of a breather. I know we were probably never within doubt of the contest, and the result was probably not slipping away as much as we felt like it was, but regardless, felt good to put that one through in the goal square and put the game to bed. The Candyman doesn't know what he's doing out on the footy field, but he does miracle things often. So he's kicked the miracle goal in the first quarter, and in the last quarter, he takes a miracle screamer on a bloke.
Candyman brute forced a football out of another man's hand. You don't see this very often in thirds football. It's actually crazy to watch this man play football. He's played, like 5 games of football, and he would be maybe like the 3rd best player in our team. Probably actually the best player in our team.
Cheggers blazing away out of the back line is a sentence I thought I'd never say in 2025. Finds Roaming Has, who once again I scream his name for the footy, and he's put it in absolute acres of space, and then by the time I've got it, I've got too many options to pass it to my teammates, whereas Has was sort of guarded by 2 players, and to get it over the top to Dossie would have been a lot of work for me. So I thought, fuck it, I'll kick a goal, and I just about squeezed it through. So a big sigh of relief from me.
Dub T, was that his 5th? Dub T's 5th. Good reward for effort, they've been saying. You take a big long stint on the injury list and you come back, kick 5. It's like...
He chipped it into the goal square and it dribbled through, and the Animals have won 3 games in a row.
Home away anywhere, Dan. You don't take 4 points away from the Animals. I'll see you next week.
today. Tails just letting the competition know what we've been missing over the last couple of weeks.
Fuck off the magnets. Give me the side of this, boys.
Cam Dabbage said,
What is going on there?
no one ever taken Mark of the Year and kick goal of the year until today. Ever. He's won 2 cars. He's taken home 2 Hiluxes this week.
How was it, King?
Top bins.
Yeah? Top bins.
Keep had no chance.
Yeah, I think I set the tone early. Couple holding your balls, couple of intercept marks in the first 5 minutes. Got us off to a flyer. And then, just running hard up and down the wing all day. I felt much better. Obviously, I think I'm built to the dry conditions. And even the bigger deck was good because I could use my running pace to get away from them. So, very happy with my game. I want to see the stats. I feel like I had a decent stats game as well.
It was weird today because usually my thing is I think I'm a handy, I've got decent hand-eye coordination, but I'm pretty unathletic. So playing down forward, I just get lazy and I just sort of stand and watch. And if it comes to me, I might do a nice handball or something. But in the second half, I went down to the back line, and because I don't want to let the team down, it forces you to run. You see, if Kearnsey's going, Cook, your man's there, I'm like, oh fuck, I've got to get on my bike. So it sort of gets your legs moving, even though I have a lazy mentality. You see this bloke as well, fighting for everything he gets.
No, I'm just out there.
And you just, you get the direction from, your George, Kearns, Candyman. He's not even a footballer, and he just sets us up nice. Got Sedge back there. It feels good. It's a good unit, and it engages me to fight for and scrap for the team. So
Did you hear him yelling on the wing?
Yeah, he was yelling at me.
This is shit. The magnets are shit. Fix it up.
Yeah, because we fucking conceded 4 goals in a row.
Forwards lead.
Yeah, in all honesty, we had me at full back, so there was issues.
The fucking wheels fell off for about 5 minutes there.
If everyone was good at footy, then I wouldn't be doing that shit. I wouldn't have to do that. Have you heard of constructive criticism?
You eat.
Getting it. It's constructive.
Oh, everyone fucking shit football.
It's constructive, man.
I already got the constructive part.
It's feedback minutes, man.
I already got it from Jared.
Implement.
We won.
3 in a row for the Animals. So I think we're building pretty well. I think the ladder is starting to take shape in this comp as well. And we're in the finals mix. So similar position to what we were last year. Last year we probably chased the season a little bit too much. This year we're just ahead of the wins and losses. So, man, I was trying to think who would get in the best today. And I just feel like there was probably 10 blokes who had their best games for the season. Will, obviously, the Candyman, what a revelation. Rugby background, never played footy before, sitting on people's heads. Man, 3 in a row, Animals on fire.
Next week, we are playing in the biggest game of Div 12 Ressies. So we cannot wait for that. It's going to be so exciting. Once again, if you can get down to Norwood Footy Oval on the Saturday night, it'd be great to see you there. And if you can't, tune into the live stream on the Marmalades YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for some more content very, very soon. Cheers.